We are bumping up against the debt limit. That's no secret. Our debt in the last 4 or 5 years has gone up. We're working out a bond structure to address that without circumventing the debt limit. Things are going to be real tight for the next few years. So I can certainly understand the needs of others and the temptation to say, well, you know, let's go around the debt limit. But it's a mistake. And I don't know what the rating agencies will say. I'm not going to predict that. They're not going to like it. If we do it, we better have a pretty good explanation. The rating agencies, as are most of the federal agencies, the SEC, the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board, and others, are really going to start bearing down on the states about their pension fund liability. So, and ours is not pretty. So if you couple the in-depth analysis that we're going to have to go through and scrutiny on our pension obligations, and couple that with efforts to circumvent the debt limit, whether it was intentional or not, that's how it's going to be perceived. I think the state's going to run into problems. If that's what the legislature ultimately wants to do, it's a policy decision, and I'll try to make it work. But in my personal opinion, I think off-the-books debt is fiscally responsible and also unconstitutional.
With a bit of reading of the Constitution, you'll find that all of the higher ed systems are required to bring their capital improvement needs to the Board of Regents so that there may be coordination. We don't originate that. We try to coordinate them with obviously a very small pot of money these days, and then there's a prioritization that comes from that. They have schools that have emergency needs that come from the same pot. You have schools that some cases are overbuilt, and in this case we've had the LCTCS come with a rather large number that will in fact upset the debt limit of the state. That was the testimony of Treasurer Kennedy. It's outside of the process is I think what the takeaway is today, that the Regents were not informed of this or the number. It would have been a simple matter to do that. But by the other hand, these alternative means of financing have been used by the LCTCS before, but for much smaller numbers, and always noted it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but it has. Now it came time for the Board of Regents to say something.
And what was the Board of Regents' decision here today? Well,
that we are in opposition in the philosophy of this, in that the procedure of the constitutional authority and responsibility of the Board of Regents is to oversee these types of actions. And we did not know about it until the bill was filed and it had already been to committee. It's very difficult to coordinate, if that's part of our job, when you find out about events that you need to coordinate after the fact.
Just how serious are the needs for capital improvements among all 4 campuses in the state?
Extraordinary. Everyone, there are very few people that have, we do have studies that will prove what our excess capacities are, empty spaces. We're trying very hard to diligently to have, and let's take the LCTCS, are there other buildings by other schools that are in their regions that could be used for education? There's not a school in any of the systems that doesn't have a capital need. Some are emergencies, some have roofs that leak, parking lots that are falling in. It goes on and on. I think there's $1.2 billion in deferred maintenance within higher ed. That's extraordinary, because those monies that were being held for that are no longer there because they've been spent to keep operating.